Hello, my name is Kerry Arthur, and today we're going to do something a little bit different because I ordered 2 days ago the new Orc Forge Lord from Creature Caster, and it arrived today. And you know what? I was super excited to open it and have a look at it and marvel at it and probably put it together at some point today. I thought, why not record it? See what it's like straight out of the box, have a look at it, see what the deal is. Creature Caster, generally speaking, in my experience, pretty damn high quality. I'm excited to see what this is like. This is one of their latest releases. I think it's pretty new. So yeah, I thought we'd take a look at it. So there's the box it arrives in, nice and fancy, obviously. No instructions that I can see, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's not a massively complicated model. Okay, let's take the bag out. You know what? Let's just grab these lads out as well. Fancy base. The base does come with an anvil for the lad to stand on. So the base itself, there's some nice detail on that. Like the inclusion of the skulls there, where the anvil sits in that slot there, which will be in that bag somewhere. Oh, I like the logo on the inside as well. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so that's the main body of the lad. That is a vast amount of smoke that comes out of... Well, it comes out of his arm. So what I'll do is I'll put a picture of this in the edit, so you can see what the guy looks like assembled. There's not a huge amount of residue on these actually. They're not going to take very much cleaning at all, which is quite nice. You can see there a kind of a lack of shininess to the resin. So there isn't too much residue on them. The detail is really quite nice. That's pretty flawless, isn't it? Good grief. Not a huge amount of cleanup going to be required on those either. There's maybe a little bit of fining down that side there, but for the most part, yeah, pretty nice. Okay, let's tell you what. Let's just empty the little baggie out on the thing. Ooh, well, that's going to be fun to clean up later, isn't it? Okay, so there's more flashing on the on the, I don't know what to call them, the sprues, whatever you want to call it. There's more weird flashing on there than the actual models, which is nice. There's the other leg, as you can see. Maybe a little bit more cleanup required on that, but still not a huge amount. That's still well within what I'd count as acceptable levels. There's a nice thing about this. You can give him either a gun or a sword, but not a sword, a gun or a hammer. But you can also have the thing that you don't specifically give him, like on the belt or on the back or whatever. So you can see there, that's a nice way of doing it. So you've still got both options, but one's got a hand and one does not have a hand. So you can still have both, but you do have the choice there without having to mess about. And to be honest, I was planning on giving him the hammer in the hand, which means I've got a spare hammer for something else, which I'm pretty happy with. Again, that looks pretty good to me. A little bit of cleanup, but not too bad. The join on the face of the hammer there is... Actually, it's not too bad on that one. It feels a little... Give that... Ah, no, you know what? That can be shaved off easily enough. Yeah, no, I'll take that back. I was going to say it looked a bit rough on the one with the hand on the handle, but you know what? No, it looks alright. That looks alright to me. It's a bit more flashing on that gun there, but not very much at all. Again, that's going to be really easy to clean up. The gun does look funky though. Look at that. That's quality. It's got a nice bit of skull around the barrel. No idea what type of gun it is. Some sort of pistol thing, maybe? Oh no, has it got a pistol underneath, actually, looking at that? I mean, it's a weird gun, but I'll take it. That feels very form over function, but I'm not going to complain about that. So, essentially, this guy, as we've seen from the picture, has got a massive fist arm thing. So, you've got the body, and then you've got the shoulder there, which is a big mechanical thing, and then attaching to said shoulder is the arm there, which I think I'll have to take a closer look. Oh, I think it's that way. Looks like that way makes the most sense, doesn't it? And then in the end of that goes a giant mechanical punchy fist. You can see why I bought this, right? You can clearly tell why I bought it. How could you not? How could you not buy it? So yeah, you've got the shoulder joint there, big mechanical shoulder, got the arm itself, and then you've got the massive fist on the end. One of my favourite details about this model is the fact that he is engine powered. That is just fully an engine right there. Again, there's a really nice amount of detail on these, and I am really impressed with the kind of, for the most part, the lack of cleanup required on this stuff. For the most part, this is pretty clean, and even the stuff that is on there, even the excess that is on these parts, it's not bad. It is not bad. I've had resin models that I've had to clean way more off than this. So far, actually, the golden standard for resin, which I do need to do a video about this at some point, is the Leviathan I built the other day. That was absurd how clean that was. But this is not that far off, and what is on there is, as you can see, it's super flaky and thin. It's not going to take any effort. I do like the fist, it's ridiculous. So there's the other arm and one of the heads. See, I do like that head, but there is a much more armoured head somewhere where he's got like a mask over his face. Oh, in fact, this is it. So there's the lower part of the head. Interesting that that's in two parts. I wasn't expecting that. I thought that would be in one part. And then he's got the proper kind of orky style jaw there, along with an exhaust, which I'm not entirely sure where that goes. I need to pull the image up on my screen so I can see it. Bit of added extra armoury gubbins there. Yeah, the one thing that I do like about Creature Caster especially is there's just a really nice amount of detail, and in my experience, everything that I've done with Creature Caster stuff, I've got the Lady of Arcana myself, which I keep meaning to make a video about, but I have also for a couple of friends painted the Boreal Tree Walker, and what was the other one? I've painted another one as well. The detail on all of them is really good, and they just generally don't require much in the way of cleanup. They're really like user-friendly in that respect. Okay, so there's another joint of some kind there. But again, that's pretty clean. That bit in there, that sort of thing looks difficult, but it's not, because it's so thin you can just pretty much scrape it out with a scalpel. And you know what? That is wide enough that you can get a file in there and smooth it out if you really need to, but I don't think you would. Ah, there we go. I was wondering where this was. There's the anvil that goes with the rest of the base. So, as I said before, you've got that slot in the bottom, and the anvil sits in the slot, and then his foot sits on the anvil. It looks like, is that actually a appropriately sized gap for the foot itself, so it sits properly? Oh, it is. Yeah, there you go. So on the foot there, you've got that raised area on the base of the foot, so that it sits clean. I mean, I'm only eyeballing it, obviously, because I haven't taken the leg off the little pylons there, but that looks pretty close to me. That doesn't look like it's going to take too much work. Obviously, you need to do a dry fit first to make sure that it is fit proper. But overall, I am pretty happy with this. Another piece of, did that just drop off something I had before? No. Ah, there we go. It's come off this one. It's snapped off this bit. That's fine. It's not damaged. In fact, I can't really tell where it came off. Was it there? Yes, it was there. Okay. But no, that's fine. Doesn't make any difference, that. Again, another nicely detailed part there. Pretty much the trend for all of this stuff. Really nice detail. Nice and cleanly made. Oh, excuse you, just knock the camera a little bit. But yeah, super happy with that. It looks like it's not going to take very much work at all. Obviously, still need to clean it. Even if it doesn't look shiny, there's always a bit of residue and stuff on resin stuff that, if you want to do it proper, you need to give it a good clean first. But that is pretty clean. That is pretty clean. There's not a lot of there isn't a lot of shiny nonsense going on here. This is the one bit that I'm a little bit concerned about, only because like that thin line down there, you can't even really feel it, but sorting that might be a bit tricky just due to the shape of it, because I don't want to mess about with the shape, but there is a little bit of raised area there. Although, again, getting a little scalpel, little craft knife in there and just gently scraping it might be enough to get rid of that without messing with the shape too much. That's the thing I want to avoid, scraping away any of the detail, but the fact that this is coming out in one big chunk, that makes me happy, because I was dreading the idea of having to assemble this in some way. That would be a proper nightmare. But no, it's all in one chunk, which I think is definitely the right way to go. Can you imagine trying to stick bits of that together so that it perfectly matched? Ugh, no. I am pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Once it's been cleaned and everything's been given a little bit of a file here and there when necessary, doesn't look like it's going to be too much of a pain to assemble. All the joints look nice and clean. Doesn't look like there needs to be too much done to any of that, which is good. Especially thinking things like legs. Legs are always a pain, but again, that looks pretty decent to me. Shouldn't require too much work to get those to fit. I don't think anything, I think the only like completely flawless putting together of a resin model I've ever had was that Leviathan. Everything seems to require a little bit of messing about here and there, but overall, really, really happy with that. That is a nice array of very well detailed, not horrendously shiny resin right there. So what I'll do probably is put that together, and then we'll take a look at it when it's finished at some point. I'll try and do that today, and then we'll do it just a brief update video just to show what the lad's like all assembled, because I'm excited. He should be cool. I mean, he looks great in the image, and all of that looks to be really nice, high quality. So yeah, there we go. That is just an impromptu unboxing of the Creature Caster Orc Forge Lord. Hope you enjoyed that, and if you were thinking of getting one and you're now thinking, oh, that does look quite good, I'll put a link to it in the description so you can have a look. This wasn't a sponsored thing or anything like that. I wasn't asked to do this. As I say, I was just excited about the fact that it had arrived, so why not? Why not? Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things, as always. And there's the affiliate link in the description for Element Games. You know the drill. You can click it and then buy stuff, and then I get something, and then 10% goes to charity, and it's just a nice way to support the channel. So you can do that if you like. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.